Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Johnny signing in again from Johannesburg, South Africa. I want to tell you about the power of LifeWays X39. It reactivates your own stem cells in your body, and you get up to 4,000 new genes in your body, which fights any disease and issues in your body. So it's a non-invasive patch. It looks like this, and you stick it on parts of your body. And when it's a part of your body, it reactivates your copper peptide in your brain, which reactivates your stem cells in your body. So it's not like big pharma's here. Stem cell injection that costs you over 25,000 US dollars, and you can only get it in certain countries, and your body can reject it. There's only a 50% uh, working rate of the injection. This medical patch, my own point of view, this activates your own stem cells in your body and creates new genes. I put out a testimonial every week of an issue or a disease of what people are struggling with out there in the world. We hold over 200 worldwide patent rights on this medical patch. Remember, it's my point of view, my own point of view. And you can only get it from one of the brand partners at LifeWays. We sell directly to the people that need it. We don't market it in big business where everybody has to put a markup up, and then it'll be out of the reach of the people that really need it. So that's what we do. So today I want to welcome you to the LifeWay family. And remember, it's the only technology of its kind in the world today. So my testimonial of the week would be right up here, week number, and then in red you'll get the testimonial of the week. Your first video will give you testimonials from people that are on this medical patch and what it's done for them and how it's helped them. And then the video thereafter would be a full presentation of how to wear this product and what you can get out of it, the benefits you can get out of it, and all that type of thing. And then on the last video, you'll find my contact details. So if you have a disease that you would like to see testimonials on that specific disease, or like high blood pressure or sugar diabetes, I will send you testimonials from all over the world with people that are on the medical, my own point of view, the patch, and then you can see for yourself what it's done for those people. So on the last video, you'll find QR codes from YouTube, from Rumble, and from BitChute. That is the long videos that will tell you all about it, and you can see the testimonials and how the presentation of how this works. And then if you're one of the people that struggle with data and that, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, and you'll find a QR code of my WhatsApp channel. And next to that, there's a QR code taking you direct to my email address. And on the other side of the page, you'll find Telegram. So if you want to use Telegram, you can scan that and go into my Telegram account. Guys, if you go into BitChute, we've got hundreds of followers, but no subscribers. Very few subscribers. Guys, please subscribe so that we can get to millions more people out there. My Rumble account, it's exactly the same. We got viewers, but no subscribers. Please subscribe there. Or on my YouTube channel. I got a few subscribers, but I had hundreds more, thousands more. YouTube took it down and I lost all those subscribers. So please subscribe there again, and there's there you can drop me a cup of coffee or something to help me keep all this work up on all those channels. And please follow me on the smaller channels such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Follow me there, and so we can get to millions of more people that need this miracle patch. Oops, my own point of view. This patch, you just stick it on a part of your body. It's a non-invasive patch, so nothing's going into your bloodstream. So if you're on tablets, you can still wear this. This is just activating your body to work, not in your bloodstreams and going in all over like big pharma's Smarties, and they give you a tablet for this and a tablet is something else in your body. So this is a non-invasive patch. So guys, thank you for being here, and you'll see me again next week for the next one, and we'll take it from there. Remember, the testimonial of the week is up here. It's in red, and the week number. So thank you for being here, and hope to see you on the last page, and we'll take it from there. Thank you, and enjoy the week and enjoy the weekend. See you next week.
And he drove all the way from Tampa to be with his friends and to be with you and to share with you a special message. Go ahead.
What's up, Palm Beach?
Yeah.
So yes, as Steve said, it was a good friend of mine. I was at an event, former athlete. I was struggling to recover with a shoulder injury that was nagging. It just wouldn't go away. After 14 months, with my background in exercise science, sports nutrition, I was frustrated. I was literally down to one arm. I had no mobility. And as I walked by, a friend was telling a friend about X39. Now, he didn't know that I'd been investigating, traveling outside of the country and doing injections. So I tuned in really quick and I said, can this help my shoulder? And he said, yes, and a whole lot more, just like you guys heard. Well, at the same time, my friend didn't know that I'd spent 20 years in marketing and business development. And so when he started telling me that this is a patented, wearable, one-of-a-kind technology that we're launching literally here in the U.S., I leaned in even more. And of course, the rest is history. 5 days later, I had 100% range of motion in my shoulder. Wow. 14 months of struggle, 5 days just blew me away. And that's when we reconnected with, Ken and Diana and Steve and Gina and the team, and said, this is amazing. This is a dream come true to find a product like this that's patented, a one-of-a-kind product, a unicorn that we have a chance to ride in the marketplace. And as we've seen in this company, just the explosion and the momentum that's happening, that's when my wife and I said, we don't want to miss what is about to happen in this company.
And he just joined us in Mexico. I I've never seen anything like this in Mexico. We probably sponsored 30 people in Mexico. We had about 65, 70 friends there. Am I right? I mean, incredible. I mean, everyone that spoke to, they asked what it was.
Yeah, I mean every person around the pool, because it was our group plus a lot of other just people on vacation. And of course there's 40 people walking around with patches on. Yeah. And everybody said, what is this? What are you guys doing? Number one. Number two, why is it that there's 40 families here that are just fired up about life? And we go, because we have a vision for the future. That's why. Because we're excited about what's about to happen next.
Thanks, Andy. And his wife, Mandy, they're a great team. And we're such a blessing to be on this as a team. We got incredible leaders to help everyone. Now listen up real quick. This is a 19-year-old company. It's like, I love that it's 19 years old and not a startup. Because startup usually don't start up.
Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a good evening. Can you hear me? Thumbs up, whoever's on video, please. Just to let me know. Thank you. Thank you. I am so excited to have you all on this call tonight. It is my first time presenting on Zoom to all of you, to the 333 group, and it is such an honor and such a blessing to be able to share my story and this wonderful technology that is X39. So today we're going to be sharing about this amazing technology that has changed my life. And I can honestly attest to the fact that it is life-changing for me and so many people that I love and care about. So good evening, everyone, again. My name is Alison. I'm actually based in the middle of nowhere in Zambia, in northwestern Zambia, funnily enough. But with technology, we know that we can present to everyone. And that's the wonderful thing about the way the world is evolving. So today I'd like to share with you about LifeWave's amazing technology in the form of a wearable, non-invasive, don't know if you can see it, transdermal patch, which is very, very exciting. So if you don't mind, I would like to get straight into it and tell you about this wonderful technology and how it works. So give me a minute while I get pull myself towards myself. Right, so LifeWave stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a wearable patch. How does it work? Many people ask. It works through the process of photobiomodulation or phototherapy. This little patch is made up of amino acids, which is sugar, salts, and water. And what it does is it captures your UV light. Everybody emits UV light, infrared light. As we know, this can be seen through infrared cameras or through population surveys where they send drones out to be able to do thermal imaging. And it's through this little patch that the rays of light are caught and sent back into your body to activate the copper peptide in your tissues. The copper peptide GHK-Cu, if you do some research, will prove that it reactivates your body's own dormant stem cells. And never before LifeWave's patches have we been able to reactivate our body's own dormant stem cells. And this is such a technological breakthrough. There are, of course, in today's day and age, many studies and stem cell transplants and stem cell therapy treatments all over the world in places where it is legal. It's not legal in every country. And now we are on the precipice of technology that will allow you to activate your body's own stem cells. So if I can get straight into it, let me explain to you about the company LifeWave. LifeWave was established in 2004 when the inventor David Schmidt was asked to come up with a technology that would help members of the armed forces stay awake beyond 24 hours, awake and alert. And that's when Energy Enhancer, which was the first patch under LifeWave's bouquet, came to market. It was after this that David Schmidt shared the information about this patch and what it could do with other people. And before he knew it, the US Olympic swimmers were using these patches in competitive sport, in fact, namely swimming, at the 2004 Olympics, where they broke the records and were granted gold medals. At that point, the Olympics committee actually saw the patches and took them off them and sent them for testing, where they were actually deemed safe for competitive sport. And you may have seen in the last year's Olympics that there were a number of athletes actually using these patches. So what we can say with that is that there's definitely nothing going into the body. It is a non-transdermal patch, simply using your body's own heat and light. LifeWave is open in over 75 countries. And the X39, which is the patch I'm telling you about today, was launched into the market in 2019. And as you know, the world went into COVID and the world shut down. As we emerged from COVID in 2021, the company made $20 million. And in 2022, exponential growth at $320 million. And in 2023, $430 million. In 2024, $600 million. And the company this year is projected to do $1 billion. And that is a number that we can simply imagine and not really fathom. This just goes to prove the amount of people that are using the technology, that are reordering the technology, and actually are having results from this technology. David Schmidt, as I mentioned earlier, is the CEO and inventor of the X39. He holds over 130 patents. He is also the scientist and inventor behind LifeWave's patches, and in particular the X39 that I'm telling you about today. He specializes in age reversing, and he realized, whilst he was doing his research all the way back in 2008, that he needed to focus his attention on stem cells. And this is why we have this wonderful technology today. Although X39 only came to the market in 2019, it was actually ready in 2008, but because of the length of time that it took to have the patents granted, it took a cost of $4.5 million, and 10 years to bring the X39 to market. And this just goes to show actually the interest of David Schmidt and the confidence in his own products. Right, if I can just read, as we all know, in order to get a patent, that whatever product it is that you're patenting has to do whatever you say it does. And so if I can just read this little extract from one of the patents: embodiments as a result of elevating the copper peptide, GHKCU, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. This is so important. As we know, as I said earlier, stem cells are the cells that go about repairing and healing your body from within. As we know, when we're pregnant or when someone's pregnant, those stem cells are what is responsible for going about the body and creating, whether it be the heart or the lungs or the kidneys, or whichever organ it is, the stem cells know where they need to be. And that's why stem cells are so important in terms of healing the body. Why X39 stem cell activation patch? Well, other than the obvious that I mentioned earlier, that it's non-transdermal and therefore putting nothing into your body and activating your body's own stem cells, we realize that as we age, our stem cells begin to become increasingly dormant, and it takes us a lot longer to heal. We start to see gray hairs, we start to see fine lines, and we start to notice the process of aging, aches, body aches when you wake up in the morning, healing a little bit slower from the common cold, these kind of things. Teenagers have 1 billion active stem cells, adult stem cells. By the age of 30, this number has decreased by 60% to 400 million. That is an exponential decrease. And by the age of 60, it has decreased by 90%, leaving you only 100 million active adult stem cells. This explains why we start to feel sicker, and you will notice that it tends to be in your 50s where you start to feel or start to begin to be diagnosed with things like diabetes and age-related ailments, cholesterol, blood pressure, different forms of cancers. And this is all attributable to the fact that our stem cells become increasingly dormant as we age. How X39 works, as I said earlier, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, or using photobiomodulation, where it reflects your body's own heat and light back into the tissues to activate your copper peptide GHKCU, which reactivates your stem cells, your dormant stem cells. It is a patented nanocrystal technology. It reflects light to activate. It is non-transdermal, so it's not like a nicotine patch or a hormone patch where it's transferring anything into your body. There are no chemicals, drugs, or stimulants, and it is non-invasive. You simply take the patch and stick it on the back of your neck, and it goes about doing its work. How to wear the X39? It's quite simple. You just basically unstick the back of the stickers on the patch, stick it on the back of your neck or 2 fingers under your belly button, and leave it on for 12 hours, and then take it off for 12 hours to allow your body to rejuvenate and repair. The reason we don't wear it for 24 hours is because we are trying to prevent attenuation. Attenuation is when your body gets used to the stimulus and no longer responds to the stimulus in the manner in which it's supposed to. And then we simply throw the patch away. Then we put a new patch on the next day and repeat. You can wear more than one patch at a time. I personally have a number of people using these patches. I myself use a number of patches in a day, different patches for different things. And the reality is that if you were only to stick to one X39, it would do the job that you need it to do. And we need to drink plenty of water so that we can go about repairing the body through the frequencies that are emitted. The X39 long-term results, and this one's very, very exciting. So what's very exciting about the long-term results is that I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So as I said earlier, I live in the middle of nowhere in Zambia, northwest Zambia. And in June, I was first told about these patches. And to be frank, I wasn't convinced that they did what they said they did, that they went about repairing your body from within. But as fate would have it, 2 weeks later, my husband got extremely sick. And 4 days after being admitted into hospital here and being on antibiotics, 3 different antibiotics and oxygen and all the rest of it, he had to be flown out into intensive care in South Africa. And I was not allowed to fly with him. When I arrived the next day, the doctor was waiting for me, and it was quite an emotional arrival. You know, doctors don't wait for you anyway, let alone 5 o'clock on a Friday evening. So I knew that we were in trouble. Anyway, I was told that they know what it is, and he was extremely sick with swine flu, severe pneumonia, and he was on the maximum high flow oxygen, with the words that we know what it is, but it can go either way. And I heard this the whole weekend, which frankly sent my blood pressure through the roof. I've never had an issue with blood pressure. And a few days later, same story on the Monday, same story. I actually asked to see CRP markers. My mom had previously died of pneumonia in 2021. So I kind of knew what I needed to look out for. And it was eventually shown to me, but I was told it takes a while for this to go down. On the Tuesday, I made a decision that I was going to patch my husband, because I realized that the end result of this situation, having been told that we would not be able to fly for 3 weeks and possibly we'd need oxygen and that there'd be no lung function test for 3 months, I realized that we were in a lot of trouble. So I phoned the person that had first told me about the patches and asked them where I could get these patches, and they were delivered to the hospital door, actually Santon Mediclinic at that point. And I stuck the patch on him, and on Friday we were released from hospital. On Monday, we went back to see the physio, and there was nothing left in his lungs, no mucus and what have you. And on the Friday, we had a lung function test at 104%, and we were cleared to fly with no oxygen. So I realized at that point that I was no longer a skeptic, and I believed in, I believed in the patch and what it could do. So I decided that it was time to actually learn what the patch is about. And so I started wearing the patch, and I went to a talk given by Sandy Ashfield, actually at that point in Bryanston. And while I was standing with her, I realized I'd been patching for 3 days. And I put my hands to my mouth, and I realized that I could smell. I had lost my smell in 2021. And no matter what I tried, it never came back. 3 days on X39, and I was able to smell again. Incredible results. And this is why I spoke about this, because I realized that within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. And I truly believe that's what happened with me with my smell. I was very emotional, but obviously very excited. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, helping with things like anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Often we believe that collagen is only for, skin and hair and nails. But I've realized since starting this journey that it's also responsible for bones and joints, and a lot of other things that go on in your body. So the fact that we can reactivate our body's own collagen production from within is absolutely incredible. Within 6 months, heart reverses in age. There was a study done of 15 people, and 14 out of those 15 people reversed their heart age by 8 years. Speaking of heart age, David Schmidt, our CEO and inventor of X39, whom I showed you earlier, is in his 60s, and he has been declared to have the heart age of a 35-year-old. Now that is impressive. And this is why he says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing, a fact that I can attest to and truly, truly believe. The benefits of X39 are incredible: increased strength, reduced inflammation, and not just inflammation within your body, inflammation even in the brain, increased stamina for athletes out there. The recovery from exercise is amazing. Energy and vitality. I've certainly experienced that myself since I started patching on X39. I've got a lot more energy, able to focus on what I'm doing during the day. Speaking of mental clarity, the brain fog has lifted, something that I experienced every day. Restored muscle or skeletal conditions, improvement of sleep. Now, this one is so important because without sleep, a lot of other functions within the body are not as they should be. I can say that I get 7 hours of sleep, good sleep, not just sleep, good sleep every single night, when I was at 4 to 5 hours on average, and it was never quality sleep. So for that, I am so grateful. Improved skin appearance. For me, pigmentation, I had quite bad pigmentation. I was looking at a photo the other day, and that pigmentation has lifted and changed. It's incredible, and I always ask people to take photos because it's only through photo evidence that we can see the changes in our bodies. And the best thing about X39 is that you achieve optimal health and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. X39 works wherever your body needs it the most. And we have a saying, put the patch where the pain is, just patch the pain. Although there are certain protocols where the testing has been done where you would simply put the X39 on the back of your neck or 2 fingers under belly button, you can put the X39 wherever it is needed and just simply patch the pain. David Schmidt advises that we use the patches for a minimum of 90 days, as per any protocol or any habit, 90 days being the minimum times that you can truly get the effects of reactivating your body's own stem cells. And wear it daily for at least 1 month per decade of your life for optimum results. I'm very close to 50, and so for me that would be 5 months. And I have been wearing my patches for 5 months, a bit more than that now, and I honestly feel absolutely amazing. Everybody's body is different. We must remember this. So the stem cells will go about repairing and healing where they are needed the most. We can't necessarily guide them to where we think they are needed. And yes, although we say 90 days, some people experience results in 24 hours, like my husband, myself, 3 days to get my smell back. Some people actually take the full 90 days. There's no one size fits all. Here, I'm going to show you a topographical map, and this is of a 77-year-old woman. And as you can see in session 1, where no X39 was used, the red indicates severe inflammation in the brain. There's a lack of brain coherence. And in session 2, which is 3 weeks on X39, there is no more inflammation. As you can see, the redness is gone and there's improved brain coherence. And in session 3, which is 6 weeks on X39, there's a complete turnaround and better brain coherence. So just by seeing this topographical map, we can see it from a scientific perspective as to what's happening with the inflammation. This here is a picture of a heart where you can see the red is the inflammation in the lower ventricles. And after 2 months of X39, that inflammation has reduced significantly. And at 5 months, there is absolutely no inflammation left in the heart. This picture here shows different muscles that are inflamed. On the left, we have the trapezius muscles, and on the right there, we have the abdominis rectus muscles. After 30 minutes of wearing the X39, it's evident that the inflammation has reduced significantly. The picture there with the hands, The lady had arthritis between her joints, and she didn't have very much mobility, and it was extremely painful. Just 30 minutes of simply wearing the patch. Sorry, I've lost it. Just simply holding the patch, not even sticking it. The inflammation reduced significantly, as you can see in the rightmost picture. So I can't even say that I ever thought it was placebo once I started using the patches, because I saw the results instantly, and they truly were life-changing. My life could be very different today. However, in animals wouldn't succumb to the placebo effect. And as you can see from this horse with the purple and white and red, severe inflammation in the shoulders, and 4 months on X39, and that inflammation, the purple and white, has reduced. The inflammation has reduced significantly. And as you can see, even from the coat of the horse, how that has improved and has become shiny and healthy. And it's incredible to just see these results as well in animals. I personally use it on my little dog who has arthritis. And I noticed that when I give him my old patch, which maybe has a couple of hours left in it or whatever it is, it has helped him so that I haven't had to give him his tablets, which were obviously doing other things for him. Okay, I'm going to show you a little video of this wonderful little dog. His name is Poplap. And as you can see, he is dragging his hind legs. No mobility in his hind legs. And with this breed, Dachshunds, it is quite common that they lose movement and mobility in the hind quarters. So he's dragging his legs. And surgery was going to be very expensive. So his mommy put her patches on him. And as you can see, he's bouncing around, not moving quite his hind legs quite the way he should be, but he is moving, and he has mobility. Isn't that incredible to see that kind of result in animals? Okay, over here we have pictures of what happens to the skin. On the left, we have Dr. Stacy. Quite frankly, she looks a lot younger in the picture on the right. Was after using X39 for a couple of years. The lady on the top, pigmentation, hooded eyebrows, all start to soften and disappear, same as I had with the pigmentation. And the lady in the bottom there is from Australia, and she was using the patches for 1 year. As you can see, it almost looks like she's had a facelift, which is incredible. And she volunteered for a further year, and there is a further photo after she's used the patches for 2 years. And quite frankly, she looks extremely young. Incredible, incredible results. This gentleman here on the left has vitiligo, which is loss of pigmentation. 3 months after using the X39, there is very little left around his mouth and his ears. And the gentleman in the middle, also with vitiligo, complete reversal of his vitiligo. On the right, we have scarring, where you can see that after 12 days, the scar is almost completely gone. Again, something I've had personal experience with within my own family. 7 stitches, and literally 2 weeks later, you can't even see that there was anything there. Psoriasis in the middle there, 10 days after using the X39, pain and redness has disappeared, and so has the swelling. And on the left, we have a lady who had Bell's palsy, and 3 months after using the X39, having a beautiful smile and the paralysis disappearing from the one side of the face. What is important to note is we are never bringing the X39 to the market as a cure for anything. We are simply saying that the X39 stimulates your copper peptide GHKCU, which goes about reactivating your body's own stem cells, which are pluripotent stem cells, and have the ability to go about healing the body from within. We've also had great results with poor circulation, as you can see the picture on the left, pure circulation and vascularity. Day 1, as they patch, and on day 5, all of that, the greens and blues disappearing. In the top, we have a live blood analysis, and 10 minutes after using the X39, those clumped up cells have now become oxygenated and free-flowing. And on the bottom right, we have a lady who had severe edema, swelling of the legs. Every night would come up and put her feet up on the chair. And now, after using X39 for 3 weeks, that inflammation and swelling has disappeared. Over here, again, we have a wound on the right side of the face, 21 days, and an amazing result. And the gentleman on the bottom left there had an injury on the right side of his face using 3 X39s at a time. And what you can see is that although the wound has disappeared, what I'd like you to take note of is the state of his skin after 7 weeks and how it has tightened. And then on the right there, we also have an injury, 3 days, 5 days, and then the final result, also using a number of patches at the same time. Hair growth is one of the things that I was not convinced would be real. And so I took photos of my husband's own head when he came out of hospital, because I thought, well, after I'd watched the presentation, and this is not his head, by the way, that's a disclaimer. And what's happened is his hair has started to grow back, and it has started to grow back in its natural color. So I am quite impressed. It has been 6 months, and the massive crater on the back of the head has disappeared, and there's very little left of a bald patch on there. So incredible to see, and this is why I always ask everyone to take photos so they can see for themselves. I have this website, it's called thisisitinfo.com. This website is actually incredible because it is in any language in which LifeWave exists. So you could simply click on where it says English, and you could change it to the language where LifeWave is present. And on there, you will find patents, you will find scientific double-blind studies, you will even find a doctor's panel having discussions around these patches. And then there are also some testimonials on there. So worth going to look at thisisitinfo.com. Many people have questions around, whatever it is, patents or how it works. And that website is very, very...
They said it couldn't be done. To boost cellular activity using light? With wearable technology like this? No way. But they didn't know this inventor, David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder and CEO, who made what some said was impossible, possible. David's commitment to tap into our natural human energy at the cellular level without drugs or stimulants led to LifeWave being launched in the early 2000s. His mission? To share products with the world that enhance people's health, wellness, beauty, and longevity without drugs. Today, after thousands of clinical studies on light therapy, it's an accepted science, and LifeWave is at the forefront of it all. The big break came in 2004, during the U.S. Olympic trials, where elite swimmers under NCAA coaching icon and LifeWave proponent Richard Quick were setting their own lifetime records using LifeWave's energy enhancers. Our first product. The word got out. Controversy, driven by skeptics, followed. But LifeWave was proven to be a safe, non-drug technology. A tidal wave of interest rolled in, of professional athletes, trainers, health practitioners, scientists, as well as everyday people, finding out that things were just better with LifeWave. More energy, more stamina, more enthusiasm for life. But David didn't stop there. He refined the science, inventing new ways to reduce pain, to improve sleep, to get rid of stress, and more, all without drugs. National stories, interviews, celebrity partnerships followed. Then, people in other countries heard of LifeWave's unique products, and the international growth wave began. After all, when you feel great, it shows in any language. And then it happened. You've heard of the Big Bang Theory? LifeWave's Big Bang was no theory, and it changed everything. It was summer 2018. Stem cells and the growing awareness of their ever-increasing value within the human body made headlines across the world. But for more than 10 years, David Schmidt had already been researching our body's aging process and how stem cells could help. He zeroed in on what was possible in activating existing stem cells. And then he figured out how to use LifeWave technology to elevate a copper peptide already proven, with decades of research behind it, to activate stem cells without injections. And the rest is history. X39 was born. When X39 launched in early 2019, the response was stunning. The testimonials flowed in. Today, it has proven to be an invention that has taken the world of health and wellness by storm. And it is changing people's lives everywhere. And LifeWave is growing fast as a result. David says X39 is his best achievement yet. The world is turning to LifeWave. Distribution in over 75 countries, over 80 clinical, research, and published studies, more than 100 filed and issued worldwide patents held by David, including over 70 in the field of regenerative science, and zero competition. What's it all mean? If you are hearing about LifeWave for the very first time, you are standing at a crossroads. The opportunity for you to profit from our accelerating growth is now. Will you be among those who take advantage? LifeWave is established, proven, at the start of something big, really big. And you're at the threshold too. You can help people discover how great it feels to feel great again with LifeWave. This is the definition of opportunity. This is LifeWave.
Good day to all my followers out there. Guys, please go through this page, YouTube, subscribe to it so we can get deeper into the network and help thousands more people out there that need this miracle patch. Oh, sorry, that's my point of view. And share that with your family member, friends, and loved ones that are having issues in their life at this stage. Rumble, please subscribe, and you can buy me a cup of coffee there on YouTube as well, or on BitChute. BitChute, we've got hundreds of viewers there, but very few subscribers. Guys, please subscribe. Remember, your subscribers get us deeper into the network, and we can get to millions more or billions more people out there that would make very good use of this technology. If you haven't got data, you can catch me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Further up, you can scan a QR code for WhatsApp. If you've got an issue or disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, prostate problems, prostate cancer, anything like that, drop me a message and I'll send you testimonials from all over the world with people that are on this patch and what it's done for them. So, and please follow me on those channels. And then next to my WhatsApp QR code, you'll find a QR code taking you direct to my email address. On the other side of the page, you'll find another QR code for Telegram. If you want to use Telegram, hit me up on there, send me the message or what you would like to see, or to send people, if you've got family member, friends and loved ones or something and you want to send it to them, knock me up there and we'll take it from there. Guys, we are 20-year-old pioneers in life technology. It's a 20-year-old, actually it's a 21-year-old company this year. We in this life technology. Please hit me up and I'll hook you up with this life-changing product. It's age reversal, so you'll get mega benefits out of this. As you can see, my hair, 67, I was grey all over, like my beard is still grey, it's getting there, and my hair's gone black, gone back to my younger days. So I'm getting younger. It's your carnosine goes up by 300% in your body. Your own carnosine, nothing that you have to take big pharma's Smarties for. It's your own. This thing activates your own collagen to go up. So you become like when you were a small child. You get your millions of stem cells back and working as strong as ever. So if you've got heart problems, it makes your heart up to 8 years younger than what you are. The muscles, the heart muscles, and the arteries. So guys, it's a no-brainer. Hit me up on one of these. Comment me on the videos I put up. Remember, I put up the video every week. So thank you for being here, and hope you have a fantastic week and weekend, and live a happier, younger, healthier, and pain-free life with us at Lifewise. Come and join us, or just lock me up if you need the product to try it out, or if you need more information on the product. And if you would like testimonials to send to somebody with a disease they are having issues with, hook me up and I'll get back to you. Thank you, and Johnny signing off from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I'll see you next week. Enjoy the week.